You ever get a chance to watch that?
No, I did not. And I feel like we are going to have to reshoot this whole segment because I do not have my glasses on.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Adam.
And I'm Slacker Steve.
And this week, we are going to talk about some of our favorite cartoon crossovers.
Coming up next, the Flintstones meet the Jetsons.
Uh-oh, I smell another cheap cartoon crossover.
Oh man, I can go at length on this topic.
Yeah, and we've touched on this before. You know, we talked about this a little bit when we talked about was Disenchantment. We talked a little bit about the Futurama thing in there, and we talked about the Jetsons and the Flintstones together. So this is not new territory, but this is strictly like...
I mean, we just really like cartoons, so we've seen a lot of them.
Yeah. Before we get into the crossover thing, allegedly, I have a night job as a sound engineer.
Night Crew! Fear me!
What? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, allegedly.
Ah.
So
Is that what you're doing when I'm sleeping? Which is all the time.
yes, which I mean, and is not nearly as weird as what you probably thought I was doing.
Let me think. What are you, Trash Man?
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
Trash man.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Let's see. Are you a Disney mascot?
No.
Can I phone a friend?
Yes.
All right. Hey, Adam, what are you?
I am a sound engineer.
A sound engineer.
Yes. Front of house live sound engineer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I've been spotted. Someone matching my description has occasionally been spotted. And so, you know, if that were true, let's say this last Friday night here, I had the pleasure, allegedly, of working with a fantastic band from the Czech Republic. It's their first U.S. tour.
Mm-hmm. What's their name?
Their name is, interestingly enough, Krang.
Krang from, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. So, to Stanley, Henny, Dan, and Gabo, I hope I said that right. This is their new, take a look at this. And the cover art might be kind of hard to see.
I'll have Stacker Steve put that in.
They've got songs like Life is Like a Mortal Kombat.
Get over here!
Excellent. Zombies Should Be Slow. Indiana Jones Hates Nazis and Snakes.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
Stuff like that. You can actually see on the back cover there. I think that's from Doom.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
So, and I mean, they kind of blew my mind. I mean, you know, I kind of went.
Is that a skate deck?
Yeah, I kind of went overboard.
You must have really liked this band.
I really did, and they were really nice guys too, and they sounded awesome. Like just cool to work with. Really dug the sound. I mean, the kids liked it too. I mean, the imagery alone. Just, I mean, if you're a fan of this show, that alone is enough of an endorsement to go check them out. And they got the music to match. It's not just a clever thing there, you know, they've actually got the tunes to back it up. So,
oh, right on. Well, I'll have to check these guys out.
Check them out. I think on Facebook and YouTube, I think it's Krang Skate Punk, something like that. Stacker Steve will take care of that. I'm sure there's something down here. But yeah, go check them out. Give them some love. Welcome them to America. Let me just keep that there. Is that all right? Is that all right, Stacker Steve? Huh? Nothing? I'm waiting for the booming voice of God. Should be. And
It's not my time.
So that kind of reminds me of, you know, I was watching TV the other day, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came on. You remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. We're really hip.
oh yeah, I mean, I had all that. I mean, Ninja Turtles. I try to explain to my kid like that's what was up. Like, as stupid as it sounds, it was Vanilla Ice and Ninja Turtles. I'm like, and if you don't think that Vanilla Ice was the biggest star in the world at that time, I was like, then you don't understand. I had to live it.
That's like the late 80s, early 90s thing I've ever heard. Vanilla Ice and the Ninja Turtles. I love it.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go, 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 go.
So, did you know that, and I didn't know this before, because I got my cable TV cut off a while ago for not paying the bill. But back in 2003, they rebooted the series with TNMT. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it had the new Turtles, and they were a bit more serious, a bit more like the comic book. And eventually they had this, like, interdimensional crossover episode. And I love time travel and interdimensional travel, so that really tripped my trigger, I'll say. So, I watched this special, and it's got Krang in it, so kind of tie that together there. And Shredder, and, all the villains back from the original 1987 cartoon. Along with those Turtles and the 2003 Turtles. Like, they're all fighting. And, like, their bad guys get together with their bad guys, and it's just one big old fight.
Interesting.
Yeah, here, I'll show you a clip.
Okay.
What is this?
That's just ooze. We fight old bucket breath over that stuff all the time. So what's with the new look, gruesome?
That mutagen turned me into the last thing I touched. Mutant turtle filth!
It's not true. We shower regularly.
You're gonna pay for what you've done to me!
Some people just can't handle change.
Why do you keep doing that? Who are you talking to? There's no one there!
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so, I really liked it. I definitely recommend tracking down a copy. I don't know if it's easy to do, but, if you sail the high seas, like, maybe that'd be a pretty good one. So, that got me thinking, how great cartoon crossovers are. Like, I'm sure you got a few that you like, too.
I don't know, the one I waited longest for, I guess, and it's a newer one, but it's the first one that comes to mind, was the Family Guy Simpsons crossover.
Yeah, and that's I was kind of surprised to see that one, because I thought the staff from The Simpsons really hated the Family Guy staff. So,
well, and I knew it was coming. Like, there was rumblings on the internet of it for quite a while before, and I'm like,
Fox's two big cash cows. That makes sense.
oh God, please do it. That was so funny, though. There's so many good jokes in there. They're walking down the street when they get there.
Don't drink the water. Everybody around here looks like they have hepatitis.
They have Simpsons jaundice.
Ay, caramba!
I really thought that was gonna, like, kill the Simpsons off, because Stewie scarred Bart for life. Like, Bart's just like, he doesn't do anything to really hurt anybody.
Ouch! Jesus heard my mean thought.
And then, Stewie, like, kidnapped Nelson and had him all in the garage and all that.
You kidnapped him?
I kidnapped all your enemies. Nelson, Jimbo, Principal Skinner, Sideshow Bob, Apu. I know Apu's not your enemy, but I just wanted to say I took Apu.
It's kind of funny to think there was a time where The Simpsons was like some people had a moral objection to it. Now it seems kind of clean in comparison.
Right?
I remember when the Osbournes did their Osbournes Reloaded reality show and only lasted like one episode?
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing a headline about how an affiliate in, I think, Texas, maybe, Stacker Steve will correct me if I got it wrong, pulled the Osbournes Reloaded because it wasn't family friendly enough and replaced it with a rerun of The Simpsons. And I remember thinking, like, what day and age do we live in where The Simpsons are considered a family-friendly alternative to something? That's weird.
That is strange. Yeah, because, if you think about it, Stewie and Bart, Stewie's way worse than Bart ever was.
In almost every way.
And which...
Bart wasn't even that bad.
Which begs the question, Cartman was really bad. So
Cartman was an evil genius.
So think about it, though, right? Like, who wins that? There's one for you. There's a question we just stumbled upon in this little crossover thing.
Well, if I had to rank them, I'd say Cartman would probably beat out a little bit over Stewie, because Stewie has kind of shown a moral center at times.
Cartman
he's a psychopath.
Yeah, Cartman fed that kid his own parents in chili.
Yeah.
Like that's so you say Cartman over Stewie?
Yeah, it's Cartman and Stewie, and then Bart like way at the bottom. The most Bart is like a nuisance. Remember when they go into the future and they show Lisa or whatever? Like he was a slacker like me.
I was gonna say he was. Well, let's see. You said you could say that, not me. I almost thought I was gonna be like a bum, but not quite a bum. Like was that like a functioning bum? Yes, they're called slackers. Like you guys like the domesticated version of bums. Like everybody just adopt a slacker. Like just keep him in your house. It's like he'll die out there on his own, dude.
Be like a pet dog, except just a pet slacker.
He's domesticated, dude.
I like this idea.
He can't be. He's not an outside bum. Like he can't do that. Like that's. It
sounds like I was made for that role.
Like I mean, there shouldn't be any outdoor bums like either. But like, I say bum like as in like people who choose, not like homeless people, which is a serious problem. Like nobody should be homeless.
No,
that's not a joke. But I mean, like just riding the rails like hobos, like that kind of stuff. Like people that do it because they want to, not because they need to.
Well, I really appreciate you guys letting me sleep in your basement on this chair all the time.
It's cool. Thanks for letting us pet you on occasion. It's pretty great. Ooh, I just thought of the greatest crossover ever.
What's that?
Short but great. The Simpsons opening sequence with Rick and Morty.
Oh, that was one of the best. That's what made me want to watch that.
Yeah, that might have been the greatest crossover ever, albeit short.
Oh my God, Morty! What did you do? You killed the Simpsons, Morty! No!
Yeah, we stood up and cheered for that, and we're like, yes!
I watched it like 5 times in a row. I remember it being that good. Well, all right. So I think that's some pretty interesting ideas. If you have any good ideas for interesting crossovers, let us know in the comments down below. So I guess for now, let's wrap it up for the night. I'm Slacker Steve.
And I'm Adam.
Get out.
Bye.
See ya.
These are not the hosts you're looking for.